how pros choose their bikes for the Tour de France is an interesting question, at least I think so anyway. So let me explain. Now, typically, a significant part of a team's budget will come from a bike sponsor. So, to a certain extent, riders don't actually get that much of a choice. They ride what they're given. In many of the teams, though, riders will get a choice of two very different types of bike for road stages. There is, of course, a third super specialist time trial bike, but that's only suitable for and only allowed in time trial stages. But if we stick to the road bikes for a moment, here at Movistar, we can see the difference really clearly. Team Sponsor Canyon supplies the team with two different types of road bike, the lightweight Ultimate and then the aerodynamic Air Road. Because of the importance of wind resistance, at Tour de France speeds, it's the biggest force holding the riders back. And so having an aerodynamic bike is a really effective way of the riders going slightly faster, but for the same effort. The downside of an aero bike is that they're typically slightly heavier, so there's a little bit more material in this frame in order to optimize the frame shape for aerodynamics. So there's literally about 250 grams more carbon fiber in this than this one. But that said, this bike will be faster in almost all racing instances except for the high mountains, such as the importance of aerodynamics. But in spite of that, some riders still simply prefer the feel of a more traditional road bike. But this still, despite being super light, isn't quite as light as it possibly can be. The frame is still optimized in certain ways to improve the aerodynamics as well. I think it's fair to say that the boundary between these two types of bikes is beginning to blur as each new model is released. Aero bikes become more lightweight and lightweight bikes become more aerodynamic. Some teams don't get the choice though, because their bike partners feel that the boundary between aero and lightweight is now so blurred they only need one. So Ineos Grenadiers, one such example, their team riders get the Pinarello F for all road stages. And interestingly, in previous years, they'd shied away from using disc brake bikes in Grand Tours, preferring to shed those extra grams with rim brakes, but that's ended now. So these bikes are going to be the same bikes for all road stages. I'd love to tell you what the Ineos bikes now weigh, but the bikes were closely guarded by the mechanics and my trusty scales were not allowed anywhere near them. Does that mean that they are super light? Well, let us know what you think in the comments section. And for more tech videos, including from the Tour, make sure you head over to the GCN Tech channel and subscribe.